In the time of ancient history, the Hittite Kingdom shines as a remarkable civilization that thrived from around 1680 BCE to roughly 1180 BCE. Centered in the city of Hattusa, situated in modern-day Boğazköy, north-central Turkey, the Hittites were an Indo-European people whose influence stretched across central Anatolia, northwestern Syria, reaching Ugarit, and even as far as Mesopotamia, encompassing Babylon. Interestingly, within the reconstructed Hittite language, their core region was referred to as Hatti. However, it's essential to differentiate between the Hittites and the Hattians, an earlier group inhabiting the same area who spoke a non-Indo-European language known as Hattic. The Hittites also feature in the Old Testament, often called the children of Heth. This biblical people are mentioned from the time of the patriarchs to Ezra's return from the Babylonian captivity of Judah. Initially, 19th-century archaeologists thought they had discovered the same people as the Anatolian Hittites, but this remains a topic of debate. The Hittites were renowned for their expertise in constructing and utilizing chariots. Some credit them with being the first to work with iron, marking the advent of the Iron Age. Their diplomatic relations with ancient Egypt were marked by both cooperation and conflict. The legendary Battle of Kadesh in 1275 BCE is often considered the greatest chariot battle in history, ending in a draw, though Ramesses II claimed victory. A peace treaty was signed 16 years later, with the tablet concluding this treaty now displayed at the United Nations headquarters. A notable aspect of Hittite society was gender equality. Kings and queens shared power, and historical records reveal gender equality in matters of marriage, property, probate transactions, and criminal law. At one point, a matrilineal system might have been practiced. Queens like Puduhepa actively participated in political, judicial, and external affairs. They co-signed treaties with their husbands, and some even signed correspondence with their own seals, demonstrating their authority. The Hittite civilization evolved over time, transitioning from harsher practices to a more humane and life-affirming culture. Their legal system, with over 200 surviving laws from different periods, shifted from earlier mutilation-based punishments to fines and compensation, except for severe crimes like rape and murder, which carried the death penalty. The Hittites played a crucial role in fostering awareness of global interconnectedness. They developed extensive trade links, paving the way for interdependence between peoples. Their use of treaties in trade ensured fairness and profit for both sides, fostering a sense of shared humanity, something that still resonates today. The Hittites stand as a testament to the enduring importance of diplomacy, equality, and cooperation in human civilization. In the heart of Anatolia, where the winds whispered ancient secrets and the soil bore witness to civilizations long past, the Hittite kingdom emerged as a beacon of mystery and power. Its tale begins in the shadows of history, with evidence slowly unfolding like pages from an ancient manuscript. The first whispers of the Hittites reached the world through tablets discovered at the Assyrian colony of Kultepe, ancient Karam Kanesh. These tablets spoke of a distant land, a realm known as the Land of Hatti, where commerce and culture thrived. What set these tablets apart was the peculiar mix of names, neither Hattic nor Assyrian but clearly Indo-European, a linguistic riddle that hinted at a civilization waiting to be unraveled. In 1884, a monument at Boğazköy, explored by the Orientalist William Wright, revealed hieroglyphic scripts akin to those found in Aleppo and Hamath in northern Syria. In Egypt, diplomatic letters from Pharaoh Amenhotep III and his son Akhenaten mentioned a realm called the Kingdom of Keter, using an unknown language. Archibald Sayce, a pioneer linguist, proposed that the land of Hatti and Keter were one and the same, a revelation that eventually led to the adoption of the term Hittite for this enigmatic civilization. The true unraveling of the Hittite language occurred in 1915 when Czech linguist Bedřich Hrozný deciphered its structure. Through painstaking efforts, he announced that Hittite was primarily an Indo-European language, shedding light on the linguistic roots of this mysterious land. The Hittite journey through time was marked by distinct periods: the Old Hittite Kingdom, a time of cultural borrowing and early advancements; the Middle Hittite Kingdom, where stability and trade flourished; and the New Hittite Kingdom, an era of expansive power and influence. Tin, a resource scarce in Anatolia, played a pivotal role, stimulating trade and political stability. The Hittites' early use of tin for making bronze not only drove their economic engine but also fostered strong political and administrative connections with neighboring regions. Under kings like Suppiluliuma I and Murzili II, the Hittite Empire expanded its reach, stretching from Anatolia to parts of Syria and Canaan. Their encounters with Egypt, especially the Battle of Kadesh in the 13th century BCE, became legendary, leading to a historic peace treaty. Yet, within their borders, civil strife and rival claims to the throne brewed, weakened further by the looming threat of the Sea Peoples. By 1160 BCE, the Hittite Empire, once majestic and formidable, crumbled, leaving behind a legacy echoing through time. In the aftermath, Neo-Hittite states emerged, tiny kingdoms under the shadow of Assyrian rule, their languages evolving into the sparsely attested Lydian, Lycian, and Carian dialects. Remnants of the Hittite civilization lingered, whispering tales of a once mighty empire that had shaped the very fabric of ancient Anatolia. As the winds of change blew, the Hittites faded into the annals of history, their influence, mystery, and power forever etched in the sands of time. In the heart of the Hittite realm, where the ancient Anatolian winds whispered secrets, a thriving economy laid the foundation for a powerful civilization. The Hittites, known for their fair trade practices, orchestrated a symphony of commerce that resonated through the ages. In exchange for their precious tin, a resource scarce in their homeland, they offered the world treasures in gold, silver, copper, and exquisite woolen garments. But their economy wasn't just about transactions, it was rooted in a humane approach to finance. The Hittites established a banking system that provided credit, and in times of hardship, such as poor harvests, they displayed compassion. Kingly benevolence sometimes led to the cancellation of loans, ensuring the well-being of their people. Yet, the Hittite legacy wasn't solely built on trade. The land of Anatolia, often considered a mere bridge between Europe and Asia, possessed an abundance of mineral resources that set it apart. These riches transformed Anatolia into a primary center rather than a mere passageway, leaving an indelible mark on the region's history. In the biblical narrative, the Hittites played intriguing roles, from Abraham's purchase of a burial cave to King Solomon's alliances and marriages. The Hittites appeared as enigmatic figures on the fringes of the Israelite world. Over the centuries, these references illustrated a complex relationship between the two peoples, one marked by diplomacy, intermarriage, and cultural exchange. Their appearance in the Bible was once thought to depict them as a small tribe nestled in the hills of Canaan during the era of the patriarchs. However, archaeological discoveries challenged this view, revealing the epicenter of the Hittite civilization far to the north, in modern-day Turkey. Despite this geographical gap, many modern scholars believe the biblical Hittites are linked to their Anatolian counterparts. Onomastic and archaeological evidence hint at the migration of Anatolian populations southward into Canaan, mingling with the local cultures. The Hittites' religious landscape was as diverse as their trade routes. Hepit, the goddess of the sun, held a prominent place, while Liawani ruled the underworld. The king and queen took on roles as high priest and priestess, with the king's sister, the Tornana, also conducting vital religious ceremonies and overseeing the royal household. One of the most powerful positions in the empire, the Tornana's influence extended far beyond the palace walls. The Hittites were known to adopt aspects of the religious practices and deities of conquered peoples, a pragmatic approach to cultural integration that aimed to prevent rebellion. Legal practices evolved from punitive measures to more merciful forms of justice, a reflection of the Hittites' humane values. The Hittite legacy is a tapestry of trade, diplomacy, and compassion. Their emphasis on international cooperation, revealed in ancient documents, mirrors a spirit of goodwill among nations. Their empire was not built solely on might but on reason and justice, an enduring testament to their astute leadership. Today, their forgotten empire continues to inspire and reminds us that the bonds of trade and cooperation can be stronger than the forces of conflict.